शंकर जी की जटा से निकले निर्मल गंगा पानी। कोई कहे तुझे गंगा माता, कोई कहे महारानी। शंकर जी की जटा से निकले निर्मल गंगा पानी। कोई कहे तुझे गंगा माता, कोई कहे महारानी, कोई कहे महारानी। तोहे निश्चय फूल चढ़ाए जो तेरी आरती गावे, वो सुख शांति पावे जो तेरी आरती गावे। जय जय गंगा माता जो तेरी आरती गावे, वो सुख शांति पावे जो तेरी आरती गावे। हर हर गंगे जय माँ गंगे, हर हर गंगे जय माँ गंगे, हर हर गंगे जय माँ गंगे, हर हर गंगे जय माँ गंगे। ओम जय गंगे माता, श्री जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुझको ध्याता, जो नर तुझको ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता, जय गंगे माता, श्री जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुझको ध्याता, जो नर तुझको ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। चंद्र सी ज्योत तुम्हारी, जल निर्मल आता। मैया जल निर्मल आता। शरण पड़े जो तेरी, शरण पड़े जो तेरी, सोनर तर जाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। पुत्र सगर के तारे, सब जग को ज्ञाता। मैया सब जग को ज्ञाता। कृपा दृष्टि तुम्हारी, कृपा दृष्टि तुम्हारी, त्रिभुवन सुख दाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। एक ही बार जो तेरी शरणागति आता, मैया शरणागति आता। यम जो जननी गाता, दास वही सहज में, दास वही सहज में मुक्ति को पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता, ओम जय गंगे माता, श्री जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुझको ध्याता, जो नर तुझको ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता, जय गंगे माता, श्री जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुझको ध्याता, जो नर तुझको ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता, ओम जय गंगे माता, ओम जय गंगे माता, ओम जय गंगे माता। ओम श्री सद्गुरु परमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु परमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु भगवान शिवानंदाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु भगवान शिवानंदाय नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः। गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ज्ञानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्ति, पूजामूलं गुरोर्पदं, मंत्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं, मोक्षमूलं गुरोर्कृपा। मोक्षमूलं शिवानन्दाकृपा। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं, द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्। एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं, भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं, नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं, नो जातिर्नैव वर्णं, न भवति पुरुषो नो नपुंसं न च स्त्री। नाकारं नो विकारं, न हि जननमरणं, नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं, नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं, ज्ञानबिन्दुकलातीतं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानमूलहरणं जन्मकर्मनिवारणं, ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यार्थं गुरुपादोदकं पिबेत्। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं, तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये, निष्प्रपञ्चाय शान्ताय निरालम्बाय तेजसे, नित्यशुभं निराभासं निराकारं निरञ्जनं, नित्यबोधं चिदानन्दं गुरुब्रह्मा नमाम्यहम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने, व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां, गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्ते नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरुदेव की जय।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश
पाहि मां। श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां। जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती पाहि मां। श्री सरस्वती श्री सरस्वती श्री सरस्वती रक्ष मां। जय श्री दुर्गा जय श्री दुर्गा जय श्री दुर्गा पाहि मां। जय श्री दुर्गा जय श्री दुर्गा जय श्री दुर्गा रक्ष मां। जय श्री काली जय श्री काली जय श्री काली पाहि मां। जय श्री काली जय श्री काली जय श्री काली रक्ष मां। जय श्री लक्ष्मी जय श्री लक्ष्मी जय श्री लक्ष्मी पाहि मां। जय श्री लक्ष्मी जय श्री लक्ष्मी जय श्री लक्ष्मी रक्ष मां। सरवण भव सरवण भव सरवण भव पाहि मां। सुब्रह्मण्य 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 रक्ष मां। दत्तात्रेय 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 पाहि मां। दत्तगुरु 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 रक्ष मां। शिवानंद 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 पाहि मां। शिवानंद 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 रक्ष मां। जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम। जगत गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम। आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु ओम। चित गुरु चिन्मय गुरु चिन्माया गुरु ओम। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम। जय राधे श्याम जय जय राधे श्याम। जय राधे श्याम जय जय राधे श्याम। जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान। जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। शिवानंदा शिवानंदा सद्गुरुनाथा। शिवानंदा 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 सद्गुरुनाथा। शिवानंदा 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 सद्गुरुनाथा। शिवानंदा। जय गुरुदेव दयानिधि दीन हितकारी। जय जय मोह विनाशक भवबंधनहारी। जय देव गुरुदेव जय देव गुरुदेव। ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव गुरु मूर्ति धारी। वेद पुराण बखानत गुरु महिमा भारी। जय देव गुरुदेव जय देव गुरुदेव। जप तप तीरथ संयम दान विविध दीने। गुरु बिन ज्ञान न होवे बोधि जतन कीने। जय देव गुरुदेव जय देव गुरुदेव। माया मोहन दी जल जीव बहे सारी। दे कर में गुरु सब संहारे। जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव। नाना पंथ जगत में निज निज गुण गावे, सबका सार बता कर गुरु मार्ग लावे। जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव। गुरु चरणामृत निर्मल सब बाधक हारी, वचन सुनत तम नाशे सब संशय तारी। जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव। तन मन धन सब अर्पण गुरु चरणन की जय। शिवानंद परम पद मोक्ष गति लीजे। जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव। ओम जय गुरुदेव दयानिधि दीन हितकारी। जय जय मोह विनाशक भवबंधनहारी। जय देव गुरुदेव, जय देव गुरुदेव।
O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent and omniscient. Thou art Satchidananda. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, anger and hatred. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember thee. Let us be ever loyal to thee. Let us ever sing thy glories. Let thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide in thee forever and ever. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O all-merciful Gurudev, every thought of my mind, every emotion of my heart, every movement of my being, every feeling and every sensation, each cell of my body, each drop of my blood, all is yours, Gurudev, yours absolutely, yours without any reserve. Gurudev, you can decide my life or my death, my happiness or my sorrow, my pleasure or my pain. Gurudev, whatever you do with me, whatever comes to me from you, will lead me to your lotus feet. Gurudev, you have provided us with the best facilities in the world for our spiritual growth. May we take full advantage of this precious gift of yours, Gurudev. May we look upon the ashram and all its contents as your body and treat them with love and reverence. This is our heartfelt prayer to you, Gurudev. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Deva Sivananda Dinabandhu Pahima. Deva Deva Sivananda Dinabandhu Pahima. Chandravadana Mandahasa Primarupa Rakshama. Chandravadana Mandahasa Primarupa Rakshama. Madhura Gita Gana Lola Jnana Rupa Pahima. दिव्य गंगा तीरवासा दानशीला पाहि मां। दिव्य गंगा तीरवासा दानशीला पाहि मां। पापहरण पुण्यशीला परम पुरुषा रक्ष मां। पापहरण पुण्यशीला परम पुरुषा रक्ष मां। भक्तयोगा हृदयवासा स्वामीनाथा पाहि मां। भक्तयोगा हृदयवासा स्वामीनाथा पाहि मां। चित्स्वरूपा चिदानन्दा नमः शिवाय रक्ष मां। चित्स्वरूपा चिदानन्दा नमः शिवाय रक्ष मां। शिवानन्दा 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 पाहि मां। शिवानन्दा 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 पाहि मां। शिवानन्दा 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 रक्ष मां। शिवानन्दा 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 रक्ष मां। सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु जय पाहि मां। सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु जय पाहि मां। सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु जय रक्ष मां। सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु जय रक्ष मां। गंगारानी 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 पाहि मां। गंगारानी 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 पाहि मां। भागीरथी 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 रक्ष मां। भागीरथी 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 रक्ष मां। देवा देवा शिवानन्दा दीनबन्धो पाहि मां। देवा देवा शिवानन्दा दीनबन्धो पाहि मां। चन्द्रवदना मन्दहास प्रेमरूपा रक्ष मां। चन्द्रवदना मन्दहास प्रेमरूपा रक्ष मां।
श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ भगवान शिवानंद जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम
शिरमुकुट कुण्डल तिलक
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, सबको गले से लगा के चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। जिसका न कोई संगी साथी, ईश्वर है रखवाला, जिसका न कोई संगी साथी, ईश्वर है रखवाला, जो निर्धन है, जो निर्बल है, वो है प्रभु का प्यारा, जो निर्धन है, जो निर्बल है, वो है प्रभु का प्यारा, प्यार का मोती प्यार का मोती उठाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। आशा रूठी, ममता रूठी, छूट गया है किनारा, आशा रूठी, ममता रूठी, छूट गया है किनारा, बंद करो मत द्वार दया का, दे दो मुझको सहारा, बंद करो मत द्वार दया का, दे दो मुझको सहारा, दीप दया का दीप दया का जलाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो।
रामा 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 रामा
ocean of love. He who is an ocean of mercy. He who is an ocean of compassion. To him I make my salutation. Rama, 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 Sita. Rama, 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 Sita. He who dwells in the hearts of all. He who controls the minds of all. He who directs the souls of all. To him I make my salutation. Rama, 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 Sita. Rama, 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 Sita. He who is my Gurudeva. He who is my mother and refuge. He who is my divine protector. To him I make my salutation. Rama, 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 Sita. Rama, 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 Sita. He whose actions are pure and selfless. He whose speech is comforting and soft. He whose looks are godlike and soothing. To him I make my salutation. Rama, 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 Sita. Rama, 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 Sita. He whose charity is boundless and limitless. He who gives and gives and gives. He who is known as Sivananda. To him I make my salutation. Rama, 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 Sita. Rama, 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 Sita. He whose teachings are simple and practical. He whose thoughts are lofty and divine. He whose writings are blessed by Saraswati. To him I make my salutation. Rama, 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 Sita. Rama, 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 पति भगति तुलसी सार सुदास रामा तुलसी सार सुदास राम नाम पर भर सावन बारह मास रामा सावन बारह मास सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम नाम मन दीप धरो जी हरे हरि द्वार रामा जी हरे हरि द्वार तुलसी भीतर बाहर हो जो चाह सूझियार रामा जो चाह सूझियार सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरणम शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। सकल कामना हीन जय राम भगत रसलीन रामा राम भगत रसलीन नाम सुप्रेम पीयूष हृद तिन्हु किय मन मीन रामा तिन्हु किय मन मीन सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। ब्रह्म राम के नाम भर वरदायक वरदान रामा वरदायक वरदान रामचरित सतकोट महल प्रिय महेश जिय जान रामा प्रिय महेश जिय जान सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम राम को कल्पतरु कलि कल्याण निवास रामा कलि कल्याण निवास जो सुमिरत भय भांगते तुलसी तुलसी दास रामा तुलसी तुलसी दास सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम नाम नर केसरी कनक कसिपु कनिकाल रामा कनक कसिपु कनिकाल चापक जन प्रहलाद जी पालहि दल सुरसाल रामा पालहि दल सुरसाल सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम अनंत अनंत गुण अमित कथा विस्तार रामा अमित कथा विस्तार सूर्या जल जुड़वानहि जिनके विमल विचार रामा जिनके विमल विचार सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। राम कथा सुर धेनु सम सेवत सब सुखदार रामा सेवत सब सुखदार सत समाज सुर लोक सब कौन सुने अस जान रामा कौन सुने अस जान सियावर
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. On behalf of our Divine Master Sri Swami Shivananda and Puja Swami Sahajananda, we extend a warm and cordial welcome to all to the most auspicious 59th Mahasamadhi anniversary Satsang of beloved Sri Gurudev. We also extend a special welcome to donors, well-wishers, devotees tuning in for the first time, and those from abroad. We read from Guru Bhakti Yoga by Sri Swami Shivananda. There is nothing so purifying as personal service of the Guru. Guru Kripa is a trustworthy companion along the weary path to liberation. Conquest of life is possible only by surrendering to the Guru. The transition from passion to peace is possible through controlling the mind by practicing Guru Bhakti Yoga. Guru Seva keeps a disciple quite fit and healthy. Guru Seva generates Advaita Bhav or unity. Message on the occasion of Sri Swami Shivananda's 59th Mahasamadhi, 14th July 2022. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. On this, the 59th Mahasamadhi anniversary of beloved Gurudev, Sri Swami Shivananda, we pay tribute to a spiritual giant of the 20th century who changed the course of spiritual history to a large extent. A man amongst men and a jewel amongst saints, Sri Swami Shivananda touched millions of lives across the world. Sri Swami Shivananda, the saint of Rishikesh, India, the apostle of compassion, peace and human values, was a jewel of the disadvantaged, oppressed, downtrodden and forlorn. Sri Swami Shivananda set the world ablaze with the practical unfoldment of his eloquent creed. I quote, "To be a cosmic friend and a cosmic benefactor, to be a friend of the poor, forlorn, helpless, and the fallen is my creed. It is my sacred creed to serve the sick persons, to nurse them with care, sympathy, and love, to cheer the depressed, to infuse power and joy in all, to feel oneness with each and every creature, and to treat with equal vision." Unquote. A critical expose of Sri Swami Shivananda's contributions to the world, and especially in South Africa, sees him as a voice of conscience, a votary of spiritual morale and ethical upliftment through prayer, sadhana and service activities, notably of the Divine Life Society of South Africa. His contributions in South Africa, namely in promoting Hinduism service to the poor, depressed, forlorn, helpless and the fallen, especially South Africa's African indigenous community from the era of pre-democracy, that is the apartheid era, as well as the South African Hindu community, are exemplary. Indeed, civilization is beholden to this apostle of peace, love, human values, Hindu morals, religion and values. Accolades to the Master, Sri Swami Shivananda, are many. The Honorable Consul General of India in Durban, Sri Anish Rajan, describes Sri Swami Shivananda as a beacon of light in the 20th century. In his message on the occasion of Sri Swami Shivananda's 133rd birth anniversary on 8th September 2020. The Honorable Consul General continued, I quote, "The teachers of mankind are few. 1,000 years may pass by without the advent of such a one. But when the true teacher does appear, the distinguishing feature by which he is known is his life. His conduct is different from other men, and his teaching is never derived from any man or book, but from his own life. The teacher first lives and then teaches others how they may likewise live. The proof of his teaching is in himself, his life. Out of 1,000,000 preachers, only one is ultimately accepted by mankind as a true teacher, and that one who is thus accepted and exalted is he who lives. Such a one is Swami Sivananda, who lives first and then only teaches." Unquote. Sri Swami Krishnananda, a senior disciple and general secretary of the society, wrote the following of the Master. I quote, "The coming of Sri Gurudev on this planet, this earth, the entry of this divine soul into this world may sometimes be compared to a shooting star which shines its light on all the dark corners of the planet and illumines every side of it, every aspect of it, and every phase of it, as if life enters a lifeless body." Unquote. Paramahansa Yogananda said, I quote, "The life of the great Rishi, Swami Sivananda, serves as a perfect example of selfless activity. He blesses India and the world by his presence." Unquote. Pujya Swami Sahajananda asked devotees to make Gurudev part and parcel of their lives. By speaking to Gurudev throughout the day and trying to feel his presence at all times. Gurudev is much alive and aware of all that we are experiencing. Pujya Swamiji encouraged all devotees to develop the inner relationship with Gurudev that Swamiji experienced every moment. On this sacred occasion of the 59th Mahasamadhi of our beloved Sri Gurudev, let us focus on some of the eloquent teachings of the Master that have relevance to today, and that we can take as pointers in our spiritual and secular lives. In the preface of the book Sivananda, his mission and message, the Master says, I quote, "Nothing can save you except Dharma. Nothing avails here except Dharma. Nothing can bring about harmony, universal peace and prosperity except Dharma. Peace will remain unknown where Dharma remains unknown. Happiness will desert that house, village or nation in which Dharma has not been enshrined." Unquote. The following eloquent teachings of the Master reverberate through the hearts and minds of aspirants. The need of Satsanga Bhavans. It is Satsanga alone that can transform man in these days. Sublime ideas must be constantly dinned into the ears of man. Then only will his heart be transformed. The man is not rich because he has a lot of money in the bank. Only that man is really rich whose heart is rich. Each virtue is worth more than 1,000,000 of rupees. Cultivate a charitable heart. You are spending a lot of money on the clothes of your wife and children. Give plenty of money in charity for the construction of temples and Satsanga Bhavans. They are great assets to the old world. God is love. By Satsanga, your mind will be saturated as sugar in water with thoughts of God, with divine glory, divine presence, with sublime soul-awakening spiritual thoughts. Then only will you be established in the divine consciousness always. Then you can attain self-realization within the time taken for the squeezing of a flower. Guru's grace. Guru's grace descends upon those who feel utterly humble and faithful to him. Faith is confidence and trust in Guru. Faith is firm conviction of the truth of what is declared by the preceptor by way either of testimony or authority without any evidence or proof. The disciple who has faith in the Guru argues not, thinks not, reasons not, and cogitates not. He simply obeys, and obeys. Spiritual hunger. Spiritual hunger means thirst for God's darshan. Spiritual hunger is the ultimate meaning of every activity in life. The dissatisfaction and the restlessness that remains even after obtaining all the necessities of life show that everyone, consciously or unconsciously, does suffer from spiritual hunger, and it is not appeased until the spirit within is realized. Without this divine discontent, there is no real progress. Do not waste your precious hours. Find out your evil habits and remove them. Thou art the best judge in this direction. Try to minimize the time spent in useless company. Be on the alert. Speak little. On this most auspicious occasion, we acknowledge with deep gratitude our Divine Master's extensive contributions to the world through his profound writings, ashrams, service activities, spiritual, moral, and aesthetic guidance on Hinduism, yoga, and allied topics. Gurudev's ideal direct disciple, Sri Swami Sahajananda, led the Divine Life Society of South Africa with rare dedication, outstanding leadership, and total Guru Bhakti. Today, in the 73 years of its existence, Divine Life Society of South Africa is rendering yeoman service to the masses in the field of Hinduism, poverty alleviation projects, education, healthcare, youth development, and education. Our Sivananda God continues to act as a beacon of Divine Life Society of South Africa and the teachings of our Master. We salute our Divine Master, Sri Swami Sivananda, and our spiritual head, Sri Swami Sahajananda, without whom we may have been in a spiritual abyss and quite simply spiritually bankrupt. The silent, invisible, potent, and dynamic guidance of our Puja Swamiji and the great light and guiding force of our Divine Master Sri Swami Sivananda continue to sustain Divine Life Society of South Africa. Although no more in their physical forms, but in their subtle forms, their omnipotence, omnipresence, and invisible spirit are present in every facet of Divine Life Society of South Africa and its activities. Their potent spiritual energy continues to nurture and sustain earnest seekers who yearn for spiritual sustenance and guidance. The rich literary legacy, his awesome tapas, his indefatigable energy, his compassion and his intense passion to serve mankind is what Sri Swami Shivananda left behind for us to emulate, and in so doing, one day to merge in the stupendous bliss of God. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. The following reading is taken from the book From Man to God Man by N. Anantanarayan. It is entitled The Last Days. The Master lives here still. He lives in his books. He lives in his disciples. He lives in the very atmosphere of his own ashram in Rishikesh. The Master lives in his writings, like Beethoven in his melodies, like Raphael in his paintings, like Michelangelo in his symphonies of stone. His writings are the outpourings of his soul. They reveal the pinnacle of his own perfection, the authority of his own experience. They bespeak, more than anything else, his own intense desire to serve his fellow men by sharing his experiences with them and helping them rise to the heights of blessedness which he himself reached. Today, Shivananda literature girdles the globe. In English and in French, in German, Spanish, and Russian, in Dutch, Indonesian, and Japanese, and in scores of Indian languages, the intensely utilitarian writings of the Master shed new and effective light on man's path of progress. The Master lives in his disciples. Monastic and lay, their number is legion. They are to be found in every country, in every continent. Some of them are helping the growth of the Divine Life movement in a big way. In South Africa and Switzerland, in the United Kingdom and Canada, in the United States and South America, in Australia and Malaysia, in Mauritius, Sri Lanka, and Trinidad, the message of divine life is spreading thanks to the disciples. The Master lives in his ashram. Here, even today, he is a presence intensely felt, especially so in the Samadhi Mandir. The shrine is fast becoming a place of pilgrimage for spiritual aspirants. The place is wholly beyond compare. The ethereal vibrations are powerful. Having entered the shrine, the visitor often lingers on, unwilling to leave. The Master lives there still. The story of Swami Sivananda is the story of God in man. It is the story of spiritual unfoldment. It is the story of the onward march of the human soul. The Master was just another man and lived as such, but he was a man who lived to serve his fellow men. He was a man who with every passing breath loved his fellow men intensely. He was a man to whom service was his breath and love his life. Service and love elevated him to the status of a God-man. By his dedicated life of selfless service and artless love, the Master proved to a skeptic world the infinite potentialities which lay hidden in every human soul. He was a living embodiment of the Gita, the Quran, the Gospels. His word was love. His deed was love. His every thought was tinged with mercy and compassion. The great Master was a prince among men, a jewel among saints. Service and love were the weapons with which he conquered human hearts. His humility endeared him to all. His service endeared him to all. His love endeared him to all. Did the Master create a new religion? No. Did he build a new church? No. Did he evolve a new code of conduct, of morals, of behavior? No. Did he prescribe new rules and rituals? No. But the Master helped the Hindu to be a better Hindu, the Christian to be a better Christian, the Parsi to be a better Parsi, the Muslim to be a better Muslim. Hindus, Parsis, Muslims and Christians all loved him. All claimed him as their own. Swami Sivananda did not go on global tours, but earnest students, devotees and admirers flocked to him from everywhere. He did not deliver long sermons, but many thousands of doubters were transformed by a mere word or phrase that fell from his lips or were seen in his books. There was a power in the Master, in his thoughts, in his words, in his deeds. It was the power of truth. It was the power of purity. It was the power of service and love. It was the power of God, the power which lies hidden in everyone, but which the Master manifested in its full majesty. The Master's most inspiring life was a moving panorama of success through struggle, of noble attainment through effort. The life of the great sage is a pointer and an assurance. It points the way to supreme blessedness and assures success to those who would care to follow the lead. It has a message to offer to strife-ridden humanity, a message of love and service, of hope and courage and burning optimism, a message for today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om. I shall talk to you all today on practical spiritual instructions. The divine devotees feel and realize their divine nature Do not murmur when you get difficulties, troubles, tribulations and diseases. Every difficulty is an opportunity for you to develop your will and power of endurance and to grow strong. Conquer the difficulties one by one. This is the beginning of a new life, a life of expansion, glory and divine splendor. Aspire and grow, expand, build up all positive qualities, Devi Shampat, namely fortitude, patience and courage, that are dormant in you. Tread the spiritual path and realize I am the immortal self. Never weep, even if you lose your near and dear relations. Birth and death are the two illusory scenes in the marvelous drama of this world. They are all the jugglery of Maya. In reality, nobody comes and nobody goes. Atman alone exists. Atman is Brahman of the Supreme Soul. Be hopeful always. Face all difficulties, tribulations and anxieties in life with a smile. Always repeat the formula, even this will pass away. You will then be always beyond grief and sorrow. Pain is a blessing in disguise. Pain is an eye-opener. Pain is your silent teacher. Pain will turn your mind towards God. Many old karmas have to be purged out quickly by the thirsting aspirant before he attains the blissful samadhi, a superconscious state. Therefore, the thirsting aspirant only will get more troubles. Become a spiritual warrior and chop off the thoughts and subtle forms of secret desires for enjoyment. A glorious, brilliant future is awaiting you. Conquer difficulties one by one. Stand adamant. Root yourself in the immortal Satchidananda Atman. Ourself within. Develop to the gradual, serene, calm and poised mental attitude. Sing Anandoham, Anandoham. I am all bliss, I am all bliss. To live is to fight for the ideal and goal. Life is conquest. Life is a series of awakenings. Conquer your mind and the senses. These are your real enemies. Live under long, lifelong vows. Conquer your internal and external nature. Fight against the antagonistic dark evil forces through japa and meditation. If you are firm in your resolve to reach the highest goal of yoga, if you have firm determination of time, the aim of spiritual life, you will rise up again and march forward, even if you have a temporary fall. Feel the divine within you. Open yourself fully to the divine influence. Develop burning desire for the attainment of God consciousness and burning dispassion by Rajya for worldly enjoyments. Abandon all worldly ambitions and mundane desires. Soar high always to the realm of higher spiritual knowledge. Show your manliness, moral courage and spiritual strength now. Spiritual life is not mere idle talk. It is not mere sensation. It is actual living in Atma. It is the transcendental experience of unalloyed bliss. May you all become immortal and swim deep with divine better of perennial joy and eternal bliss. Oh.
These are the qualities which an aspirant should possess. Serenity, regularity, absence of vanity, sincerity, simplicity, veracity.
Serenity, regularity, absence of vanity. Sincerity, simplicity, veracity.
Equanimity, fixity, non-repetitivity.
Equanimity, fixity, non-irritability.
Adaptability, humility, tenacity.
Adaptability, humility, tenacity.
Integrity, nobility, magnanimity.
Integrity, nobility, magnanimity.
Charity, generosity, purity.
Charity, generosity, purity.
Practicality, saintinity.
Practicality, saintinity.
Soon attain immortality.
Will soon attain immortality.
Brahman is the only real entity. Mr. So-and-so is a false non-entity.
Brahman is the only real entity. Mr. So-and-so is a false non-entity.
He will abide in eternity and infinity.
He will abide in infinity and eternity.
He will behold unity in diversity.
He will behold unity in diversity.
You cannot attain this in the university.
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 But you can attain this in the forest academy.
But you can attain this in the forest academy.
Charity, the clarity, absence of vanity. Sincerity, simplicity, veracity.
Serenity, regularity, absence of vanity. Sincerity, simplicity, veracity.
गिरिधर गोविंदम गोपाला बजो मुरली मनोहरा नंदलाला 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 बजो मुरली मनोहरा नंदलाला गिरिधर गोविंदम गोपाला बजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला गिरिधर गोविंदम गोपाला भजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला गिरिधर गोविंदम गोपाला भजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला सुरमुनिवरगण पूजित पाला सुरमुनिवरगण पूजित पाला नित्यानंद मुकुंद मुरारी सुरमुनिवरगण पूजित पाला नित्यानंद मुकुंद मुरारी गिरिधर गोविंदम गोपाला परमानंदा भक्तवत्सला भवभयविकला पापविमोचन परमानंदा गुरुवर नित्य शरण नरसिंहावतारा गुरुवर नित्य शरण नरसिंहावतारा गोपाला मोहना जनार्दना गुरुवर नित्य शरण नरसिंहावतारा गोपाला मोहना जनार्दना गिरिधर गोविंदम गोपाला भजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला गिरिधर गोविंदम गोपाला भजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला नंदलाला नंदलाला
आया द्वार तुम्हारे शिवानंद आया द्वार तुम्हारे आया द्वार तुम्हारे शिवानंद आया द्वार तुम्हारे लेकर आया आसुक धारा लेकर आया आसुक धारा हाथ बढ़ाओ शिवानंदा हाथ बढ़ाओ शिवानंदा आया द्वार तुम्हारे शिवानंदा आया द्वार तुम्हारे आया द्वार तुम्हारे शिवानंदा आया द्वार तुम्हारे मैया मोरी बीच भंवर में मैया मोरी बीच भंवर में पार करो पार करो पार करो पार करो आया द्वार तुम्हारे शिवानंदा आया द्वार तुम्हारे आया द्वार तुम्हारे शिवानंदा आया द्वार तुम्हारे नैया मोरी बीच भंवर में नैया मोरी बीच भंवर में पार करो शिवानंदा पार करो शिवानंदा आया द्वार तुम्हारे शिवानंदा आया द्वार तुम्हारे आया द्वार तुम्हारे शिवानंदा आया द्वार तुम्हारे भक्ति प्यारे भाइयो गुरु चरणम भक्ति प्यारे भाइयो गुरु चरणम शिव चरणम गुरु चरणम शिव चरणम भक्ति प्यारे भाइयो गुरु चरणम भक्ति प्यारे भाइयो गुरु चरणम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जाकी रही भावना जैसी, हो जाकी रही भावना जैसी, प्रभु मूरत गीत तैसी। मैं तुझ जपू अभिराम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। संकट में तू साथ रहे तो, संकट में तू साथ रहे तो, सर पर तेरा हाथ रहे तो, सब कुछ है आसान तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। बिन सत्संग विवेक न होई, हो बिन सत्संग विवेक न होई। राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई, बसे भुवन के प्राण तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। इस धरती के कण कण में तू, ओ इस धरती के कण कण में तू, आते जाते हर क्षण में तू, बसा है बन के प्राण तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। एक रघुपूत सवा रघुनाथी, ओ एक रघुपूत सवा रघुनाथी। माखन घर दिया न बाती, एक तुम्ही धनवान तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे अभिराम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, तुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, तुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। वचन पिता का टूट ना जाए, ओ वचन पिता का टूट ना जाए, इस कारण तुम बन बन ध्याए। बाह दुखों की काम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, तुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। तुलसी तेरी महिमा गाए, हो तुलसी तेरी महिमा गाए। शिव भी तुझको शीश झुकाए, पूजे तुझे हनुमान तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। शुभ कर्मों के तुम संचालक, हो शुभ कर्मों के तुम संचालक। तुम करता हो तुम ही पालक, मैं प्रभु नादान तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। राम सियापति राम तुम्हारा नाम सुखों का धाम, मुझे जय राम राजा राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम। जय राम जय बोलो जय सीताराम, बोलो जय राम।
Om. The following are our announcements. We invite devotees and the public to attend the following forthcoming satsangs. Our online yoga camp will be on Sunday, 17 July 2022, commencing with a morning Om Sadhana program from 6 a.m. until 9:45 a.m. Yoga camp lessons are from 9:45 to 10:45 a.m. Lesson topics are an attitude of gratitude and lessons from the Ramayana. Yoga camp satsang is from 11 a.m. until 12 noon. Shri Gurudev's 59th Mahasamadhi anniversary satsang, according to the Sanskrit calendar, will be observed on Friday, 22nd July 2022. Online Ganga Arati as well as Ganga Arati at Sivananda Ashram Reservoirs is at 5:30 p.m. followed by satsang. The online launch of the 41-day recital of the Sri Hanuman Chalisa will be on Saturday, 30th July 2022. The recital will culminate on Thursday, 8th September 2022, the 135th birth anniversary of our Divine Master Sri Swami Sivananda. Pledge forms may be completed online or at our ashrams and branches. Completed pledge forms will be offered at the shrine on the launch day. The online launch will be at 5:30 p.m. commencing with Ganga Arati, and at Sivananda Ashram Reservoirs commencing with Ganga Arati at 4:30 p.m. From the 1st of August 2022, our ashrams and branches will also open for Sri Hanuman Chalisa recitals on Thursdays. Sivananda Ashram Reservoirs will also open on a Tuesday for Ramayana Satsangs. During the most auspicious Guru Purnima period, the Society will be distributing 1,500 grocery hampers to indigent individuals at an approximate cost of 300 Rand per hamper. Devotees wishing to contribute may do so via our fundraisers or via EFT. Pujya Swamiji has given elaborate descriptions in our books of the value of the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra, Agnihotra, and Sri Hanuman Chalisa. Devotees are urged to continue with these practices regularly for their own safety and protection. Agnihotra will also help to bring rain. As per Pujya Swamiji's advice, the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra should be repeated all the time while driving. If we cannot repeat the mantra all the time, then repeat it as often as possible. It will help to prevent accidents or robberies, hijackings, and other calamities. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. 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 Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv Vandanan Mrityurmukshyamamritat. 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 Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiv Vandanan Mrityurmukshyamamritat.
Shri Satgurudeva ki jai. Jaya Jaya Arati Vigna Vinayaka Vigna Vinayaka Sri Ganesha. Jaya Jaya Arati Venu शक्ति जय जय आरती अंजनेया अंजनेया हनुमंता जय जय आरती दत्तात्रेय दत्तात्रेय त्रिमूर्ति अवतारा जय जय आरती सद्गुरुनादा सद्गुरुनादा भगवान शिवानंद सद्गुरुनादा भगवान विश्वानंद जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु सर्वेषां शान्ति भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 श्री सद्गुरु भगवान की जय।